Hello everyone and welcome back to another video and welcome back to episode 7 of the Monoposto driver career mode. Today we'll be taking on the 2024 Australian Grand Prix, the second race of the 2024 season in our new McLaren Formula 1 team, and trying to build on the poor result that we had in the opening race in Bahrain as we head out for qualifying a flying lap of the Albert Park circuit. We were on for quite a decent result in Bahrain. We even qualified on pole position, but some strategy errors and ultimately a crash ended our race being put into the wall. So we come into this race with 0 points, definitely quite a few points less than what we should have, but hopefully to start fresh and to get a good result in this race, and we can definitely still be in the title fight if we can just do the best that we can do today. So we can see our teammate Pierre Gasly, who's qualified in 7.3, around 3.5 times off pole position, and we're coming through around the first sector now, going a bit wide there, using all of the track we can and enabling DRS and using every little last bit of juice that we have left in our battery. So we definitely need a good qualifying result here if we want to have a good chance of hopefully getting our first podium in Formula 1 today. As we're coming around now the final few corners, this is a really good lap for us. Maybe we'll even be able to challenge for pole as we enable DRS for the final time, powering down the main straight. And where is this lap going to put us? It puts us in P2, nearly 2 thousandths off Charles Leclerc. So it was really close between the two of us today, the McLaren and the Ferrari, but ultimately it's the Ferrari who pips us to pole position. And so it's going to be an aggressive start for us as we choose a soft tyre compound, and we just need to make sure that we get a great reaction off the line as it's Sergio Perez in the Red Bull who starts behind us in a faster car. Just the 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. We don't get a very good start, and Sergio Perez, we bang wheels, we try to hold him off for Sergio Perez in the Red Bull in the faster car. He pips us to P3 right off the start of the race. We need to just gather ourselves back together, try and make a move on the Red Bull. He has a pretty poor turn too, and we're in the slipstream now. We can try and make a move down the inside of the Red Bull. Yes, we are. We're going to brake extremely late, later than he does, and we get to position back from Sergio Perez, who stole it from us at the start of the race. And now Charles Leclerc is using that battle to pull away from us a little bit as we come on to, we skip ahead to lap 2 of this race as we go way too deep in that corner there. We've got some gravel on our tyres, and that's going to allow George Russell to close up to us now for P3. Coming into lap 2 of this race, you can see the proximity arrow getting closer and closer, but we're going to be able to hold off George Russell for now. But he's going to get a great doses of slipstream coming onto this twisty flat out section as the Mercedes is getting closer and closer in our rearview mirror, and we just don't have enough straight line speed to fight George Russell right now. But that also enables Max Verstappen to try and get closer to us as well, P4 in the Red Bull. And we're just going to try and follow George Russell now through Sector 3. We have the DRS as he got ahead of us before the detection line, and we're going to go down the inside of the Mercedes with DRS enabled. We bang wheels a little bit there, and that's going to be P2 back for us on lap 2 of this race. George Russell still there with us. We go a little bit wide coming into the final few corners, and George Russell now on our outside. We hold him off on the outside, but he gets back past us on the inside, and Sergio Perez now is getting extremely close to us. We don't have DRS anymore, and that's going to allow George Russell to pull away from us ever so slightly as we set a personal best. But we're, as you can see, the top left hand corner, we're nearly 5 seconds off the leader, Charles Leclerc, who's enjoying these battles behind him, as that's allowing him to just pull away to an unreachable gap as he's already broken 4 seconds. Coming into lap 3 of this race, George Russell starting to pull away from us a little bit as well, as our tyres are experiencing some wear. You can see our front two tyres have a line going straight down the middle of the tyres, but we've saved up a lot of our battery, and we're going to try and make the exact same move that George Russell made in us in the last lap. We're going to go to the inside or the outside. We go to the inside of George Russell, we stop deploying our battery, and that's a pretty routine move for us on the straight. However, that means George Russell is now going to get DRS from us, just like we got from him last lap. So is George Russell going to be able to mount the challenge using the help of DRS? It doesn't look like he's getting too much closer to us, and we're going to be able to see off this lap without any threat from George Russell, as it's now up to us to gain that time back on Charles Leclerc. 3.6 seconds the gap is now as we're navigating our way through the corners. As we go a little bit wide there, dip a wheel in the grass, that's definitely going to hamper our exit, as George Russell now getting extremely close to us with the help of DRS. Max Verstappen also on our inside. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll also gets past us, and we lose 3 positions in one corner. The wiser choice for us was to just back out of that fight. There's no point going 4 wide into turn 1. We're just going to let this battle happen ahead of us, and we're going to try and reel ourselves back in with the help of our battery, and hope that these drivers who are fighting really hard end up making a mistake somewhere. as we're just trying to reel ourselves back into this battle here. George Russell and Lance Stroll going wheel to wheel. It looked like they made a little bit of contact there, and that has allowed us to get closer to the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. He's definitely slowing down after that battle, and as I said, being patient definitely helps here as we let those cars through the battle, and we find ourselves ahead of the Aston Martin coming into lap 4 of this race as we're trying to follow the Mercedes and the Red Bull of George Russell. We're going to deploy our battery to try and get within the magic 1 second for DRS. Verstappen and Russell going side by side as they crash. George Russell crashes. He's forced off the track by Max Verstappen. We see a piece of his front wing going flying off the track there, and George Russell is sent flying into the wall. Maybe Verstappen has some damage as well as our tyres start to go off as Verstappen comes into the pit. So yes, maybe he does have some damage after that contact from George Russell. So we let the cars ahead of us fight, and ultimately they've taken themselves out. So that puts us back into P2, but still nearly 6.5 seconds behind the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc as we have a pretty poor exit coming out of turn 3, and that's going to allow Lance Stroll to try and have a look around our outside. We're going to force him the long way around. He's still there now as he gets the switch back on our inside, and we have to concede our place. We just don't have the grip left in our tyres as we are coming up to a pit stop soon. Probably this lap is where we are going to be coming in. We just try to use what's left of our battery to try and get past the Aston Martin, and we can go to the inside or the outside. It's the outside for us. We fake Lance Stroll there as we go around his outside, coming on to lap 5 of this race. And Lance Stroll with the fastest lap of the race, so he definitely maybe has some more pace than us or some more life left in his tyres, as Lance Stroll now has DRS. Coming into lap 5 of this race, we're going to try and go around our outside. We're going to defend the inside line. We hop over the curve there, and Lance Stroll gets back past us to take P2 of the Australian Grand Prix. As we will now be coming into the pits for a new set of medium tyres on this lap, we're going to follow Lance Stroll into the pit lane, so it's going to be a battle between both our pit crews. Which pit crew is going to have the fastest pit stop? Is it the Aston Martin crew or the McLaren crew? It's a good stop by us. Charles Leclerc also coming into the pit, so we've had a pretty good stop to get so close to Leclerc now. The gap was nearly 7 seconds before, and as you can see there, a slow stop from the Aston Martin crew. So we are ahead of George Russell. However, Charles Leclerc has gone soft and soft as he's put on a second set of soft tyres. Sergio Perez, as we come out of the pit lane, Sergio Perez has just barged onto the grass there. We've took some slight damage to our car. That's going to allow his teammate Verstappen to try and have a look on our inside, but we slammed the door shut in his face. As I was just saying earlier on, Leclerc has gone for a soft strategy, so his tyres may become vulnerable towards the end of this race. So that's something to look out for. We just need to try and make his mediums last as long as we can. So we just need to hang on to the back of Charles Leclerc and hope that his tyres start to fall off, as we have Verstappen getting hot on our tail now as we're trying to chase down his teammate Sergio Perez coming into lap 6 of this race. Sergio Perez, I believe, hasn't pitted yet, so this is just a fight for just to clear some traffic as we're trying to gain on Sergio Perez. We're going to go around the outside of Sergio Perez. We bang wheels there and we run over our one front wing. The wheel banging from Sergio Perez has dislodged our front wing, and yeah, we've just driven over our front wing there. We're very lucky not to get a puncture, but we have the right side of our front wing missing as we're still trying to get past Sergio Perez now. He's putting up a really good fight, and we're going to try and make the same move that we made on lap 1 down the inside of the Red Bull, and we pull that move off. However, Sergio Perez has a look around our outside, but we are able to cut that move off.
So track slippery in this area. The rain is on its way.
As our engineer is saying, and the rain has came. It is starting to rain now. You could see, if you were paying close attention, that the clouds were getting darker and darker as the race was progressing, and the raindrops are now just completely engulfing our screen. We have no vision whatsoever, and yeah, definitely we are going to be coming in this lap. We just need to try and keep the car on the road. Charles Leclerc ahead of us. You can see his rain light. He must be really struggling on those soft tyres as we're just gaining so much on him. If we go straight on across the grass. Definitely now need to be coming in for a pit stop.
Box for Inters.
As you can hear from my engineer there, we're going to be boxing this lap for intermediate tyres, and Charles Leclerc on those soft tyres is having a horrible time. We've nearly gained 7 seconds on Charles Leclerc, so he made a bad choice going onto the soft tyres, and we are going to be coming in now for some intermediates. We're going to put a little bit more front wing on our car just to make sure that we have as much downforce to navigate these wet conditions, as Sergio Perez boxed the lap before us, and Sergio Perez is now going to get the overcut on us. So it's going to be a shootout between myself and the Red Bull for the lead of the Australian Grand Prix in soaking wet conditions on intermediate tyres. As we can see now, George Russell behind us. We are losing loads of time to Sergio Perez. The gap is nearly 20 seconds now, so we're not having a very good time on these intermediate tyres in these wet conditions as we let the lap car of Lando Norris through just so we aren't fighting any traffic. However, George Russell, who got taken out in the early stages of this race, he goes down our inside and takes P3 from us. However, we aren't going to be going out without a fight. We are so close to getting our first podium in Formula 1, and we're going to be gaining on George Russell, coming into turn on the inside or the outside forwards. We choose the inside and we take P2 back from the Mercedes on lap 13 of this race. As the Mercedes is now sniffing our rear end, he's going to try and go around our outside. Charles Leclerc is also gaining on us. We have two cars to try and defend from in one corner. We see out this corner, we take a defensive line on the inside. George also tries to have a look on our inside. We have to give him the room there. Charles Leclerc now trying to get back past us, and George Russell, two cars in one. We've lost two places in one corner. There's nearly 5 cars in the fight for this podium. You can see our teammate Pierre Gasly as well getting in on the fight. So we need to try and make sure that we don't run into each other. As Charles Leclerc, George Russell now trying to go wheel to wheel, side by side. We don't have much energy left in our battery, so we're just going to have to sit back and watch this fight happen. As Leclerc takes P2 from George Russell, we're gaining on the pair of the drivers. However, I just need to have a good exit coming out of his corner now if we want any chance of a good slipstream coming onto his back straight now. As we get a good exit now, we're going to use a little bit of our battery. We're going to go down the inside of George Russell. We're gaining on Charles Leclerc as well as we make the two positions that we lost earlier back up in one swift move. As Charles Leclerc now has a look on our inside. It's such a great battle now. We're trying to defend this P2 for our life as we just shut the door in Charles Leclerc's face there as he isn't able to take P2 from us. However, there's 5 cars now in the fight for P2. It's myself, Leclerc, Russell, Sainz. Look at that, 5 cars in the fight for P2 right now. We have so much defending to do. I don't even know where I don't even know what's going on. There's so many cars in the fight for this position now. We just need to try and hang on for this P2 finish. Definitely our tyres and our car isn't suited for these conditions, so it's going to be a huge fight and a huge task for us as we have a huge number of cars trying to take this podium away from us. However, we want to keep our maiden podium as George also has to have a look around our outside and we slam the door shut. However, Pierre Gasly, our teammate, is going to try and go down our inside. We're going to try and defend him from him. If we make contact with our teammate Pierre Gasly there, thankfully nothing major. However, we bang wheels with our teammate and Pierre Gasly takes P2 back from us, but we want that P2 back for ourselves. And we're going to sit in our teammate's slipstream now. We're going to allow him to pull us along, and are we going to make a last lap move on our team? And Charles Leclerc is also getting extremely close to us, so if we want to make a move on Pierre Gasly, we need to make it now. As Gasly gets a bad exit coming out the final corner, we're going wheel to wheel with our teammate for P2. As using our battery, Sergio Perez crosses the line to win the Australian Grand Prix. We're still having a huge fight for P2 right now. Pierre Gasly settles for P3. He's the track is starting to dry out now. Gasly has a good exit. Is Gasly going to try and go down our inside? He has a little look, but he isn't able to make anything from it. And it's going to be our first podium for us. We take P2 at the Australian Grand Prix, coming to the line. Finally, our first podium in Formula 1.
Great drive there, man. What a beautiful bit of work there.
Woo! Great job, guys. That's an incredible result for the team.
And after a great result from us, P2 at the Australian Grand Prix with the fastest lap, Sergio Perez takes the lead of the race. And it's P5 for us in the driver's standings, our teammate Pierre Gasly in 4th. And as for the McLaren team, P2 for us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to stay tuned for episode 3.